Oh, there's two Audis coming now. This is going to be some fight to hang on to this podium. Hi folks, welcome along to part 3, I think we're on now, of Let's Race, Assetto Corsa Competizione, the career mode. So we started off obviously with the Lamborghini test drive, then we picked our Honda NSX GT3 for our start of our career, and then last time out we had our first race at Zolder, which if you haven't seen it was a bit of a baptism of fire. I made one too many mistakes in the first race. We did finish, but after a few spins we were pretty much right at the back. But we had good pace in qualifying, and then for the race 2 we managed to translate that into a better result in the race. In the first stint, my co-driver managed to keep us in the contention for a late. I think we came into the pits P2 with a bit of an iffy pit stop, thanks to my inexperience with the sim, if nothing else, and came out a little 4th or 5th I think. But we managed to battle back, and then in the closing laps charge down P3 and get on the podium right at the end, so a good result. Those of you who watched the last episode, right at the end there was a performance test booked at Brands Hatch for the team, so we went there and did that, but it really only consisted of me driving around in the rain for 10 minutes, so decided not to put that in these videos. We're just going to jump into the race weekend. So same as last time, we'll start off, we have a 15-minute practice session, and then we've got 2 qualifying sessions, and then we've got the 2 races itself, which will obviously broadcast my stints in, and then the co-driver stints we'll tackle from the off-board, a little bit of commentary. A little bit background before we get into the race weekend itself. Obviously the 15-minute practice session is not really enough for me to set the car up or get used to the track or anything. So I've had a little bit of testing time in the sim to try and get used to the car and the circuit, and honestly really struggled. I don't know if it's the car doesn't suit the circuit or whatever, but it's really been tough trying to dial into any kind of pace here at Brands Hatch. But yeah, it is what it is. We've eventually landed on a setup that seems relatively quick compared to where we started. But yeah, it's just really tough to get in, so I'm expecting a struggle this weekend. But we'll see. I did have a little play, just in case it was me that was terrible at Brands Hatch. So I jumped into a different car in the sim and just did some practice laps and immediately went like a 1.5 seconds faster. So I'm going to say it's the car, but you know, driver excuses. It's probably the driver. But anyway, it is what it is. We're with the car. We're treating this as if it's a real life race weekend, so we can't just decide to change car all of a sudden. So let's get to it. See you there. Right then, Brands Hatch, get ready for your second race. It's going to be clear at the weekend at least, so nice dry weather. Just to remind everybody, we've got the driving assists all on manual. The realism is all set up as real as possible. Again, I've got this on full lap, but let's see if it actually gives me a full lap, because I didn't get a full lap warm up at Zolder. Anyway, we'll see what happens this time. So yeah, let's start the event and head in and see what we can do. Here we go then, free practice. Professionalism bonus for completing all sessions, of course, we will go for that. And here we are, the 16 drivers. I'll head out for some free practice at 9 AM on Friday morning. Looks like it's nice and it's reasonably cool. 26 degrees, it's a warm day down at Brands Hatch. Track's at 27, track's pretty fast, so there's a lot of rubber down. Yeah, let's have a look. So, car setup wise, as I said, I've been working on some setups. I've kind of just prepared these 3 for a 15-minute session, a half-hour session, and a 60-minute session. So we'll probably go for the 30-minute, which is kind of half race fuel for practice. I could take you around the setup, but I'll maybe do that in a different video. what I've tested, I'll show it up on the screen here so you can see where I've ended up. The kind of main thing I've had to do is try and get rid of so much understeer. So we've taken the front right down, we've got the back end of the car in mid-air. Still got a reasonable amount of wing in the car, just for the fast corners that we have here at Brands Hatch, because they're losing a lot of time in the second sector. I still think my weakness is the second half of the lap in the fast corners. Dampers, again, with the suspension idea, were quite stiff at the rear, quite soft at the front. Roll bars are a little bit stiffer at the front. went a bit stiffer with the bump stop rate as well, because effectively the car's riding the bump stops on turning. So when I went up with the aero balance to get more bite in the front end, the thing started getting quite pointy on the way into the corner. So I figured that if I increase the bump stop rate, that's effectively what it's riding on in the way into the corner. So that should stabilise the front, and it did. The car feels not too bad. So anyway, so this is roughly what we'll be running. Let's use tyre set 1 just to save confusion. In fact, yeah, let's just use set 1. We'll use them chronologically. 60 litres should be enough for a 30-minute session, although we're only out for 15, aren't we? We don't plan on doing pit stops this session. So electronics is where I am with the TC ABS engine map 2. I discovered that there are no fuel saving maps really in the NSX. I think map 7 might be. Map 8 is obviously a pace car map. I think map 7 sorry, might be a fuel saving map, but it is so slow that there's no point. So I think map 1 is a progressive throttle map, like a gentler throttle map. Map 2 is linear, 3 is aggressive, and 4 is pretty damn aggressive. And then 5 and 6 I think are wet maps. So I'll stick with the map 2, which is a nice linear throttle trace. That means I can get the power on nice and smoothly with some of the hairpins. And there we go. So I've been practicing, as you'll see from the setup name up here, at about 30 degrees, 37 degrees. So we're about 10 degrees colder than that. So we might have to play with this pressures a little bit during the session. But let me start off by putting them half a PSI, half a PSI up maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good stuff. Right, that'll probably do for our first run. We'll have a quick run, go in and see where the pressures are. If we can come in and tweak them and then go back out. And we'll see how we get on. And I will see you after the session. Wish me luck. So, practice done. And yeah, 5th, which I'm quite surprised about actually, I have to say. Car kind of felt the normal, although it's difficult, so 5th is not too bad. The car felt okay. A 26.2 is about as quick as I can go with that amount of fuel on board. Maybe dip into the 25s, it was a perfect lap, which to be fair is the quickest time out there. But I noticed later on in the session a lot of the cars were kind of just driving around slowly, so I don't know if the AI doesn't really like to overtake in practice sessions or whatever. So I don't know how representative that is. Also, I don't know how much fuel other people were on. I know at the first race at Zandvoort we were quite slow in testing because I had a lot of fuel on board, and then we put it on pole in the qualifying. So and we're kind of here. I'd have half fuel on board, and we're kind of in the top 5. So yeah, pretty good session to be honest. Let's head into qualifying and see what happens. Qualifying 1. So here we go, qualifying 1. We've got a bonus and a medal up for grabs if we can finish in the top 3, which would be an achievement, I have to say, given my dislike of this car around the circuit. But hey, in practice there it was okay. So we are now on Saturday, the next day, and it is Saturday evening. So the track is quite hot, 38 degrees, much hotter than it was in free practice. But that's closer to the kind of testing temperatures we had, so hopefully the testing setup will be okay. It's a 15-minute session, which we have a qualifying setup for. Let's hit the track. And that is qualifying 1 done, and it's pole position, which again is a bit of a surprise. There's a gaggle of Lamborghinis behind us. Again, I don't know if this is more down to the fact that you can't really pass here, and the AI is getting stuck behind other AI drivers and not passing. But regardless, you know, we're here playing the game as it's designed, and we're on pole, which is great. 25.6 is obviously one of the quickest times. I think it's my quickest time I've ever done around here. Definitely never been in the low 25, so yeah, happy with that. Let's go into quali 2 and see what the co-driver can do, see what Gordon can do. and it's P3 in qualifying 2. Not too bad again, 25.6, kind of the same time as session 1, which in itself was a good effort because the times got faster. 25.4 was the pole time, and unfortunately we had to send Gordon out on an old set of tyres, not an old set of tyres but ones that had been scrubbed, because despite me not wanting to select that, for some reason I ended up using 2 sets of tyres in practice 1. I'm pretty sure I selected to go back out on the original set of tyres in practice 1, but for whatever reason I missed something, and yeah, we used 2 sets of tyres in practice 1, so we had a fresh set of tyres in quali 1 and we had to use a scrubbed set in quali 2 to ensure that we've got at least 1 new set for each race. So yeah, there we go, a P1 and a P3, so not too bad at all. We achieved the objective of finishing inside the top 3, and again, coming into this weekend I really wasn't expecting to be this competitive, especially in quali trim. So let's go and see how we get on in the races. Race 1, first up. I'm the first guy in the car, so we'll see you tomorrow for first race of the weekend. Let's see how we got on. Welcome to Sunday lunchtime at Brands Hatch. Lining up pole position for the first race of the day as usual, 1 hour long sprint race. Have to change drivers halfway through. I'm in for the first stint, Gordon's in for the second. And yeah, I mean, let's see, we've not done too much running on high fuel, but the pole position surprised us, so let's see if we can stay there. Or at least, you know, try and get back on the podium again after our strong result in the last race last time out. So, right, let's go for it.
Stay double file.
So once again, we're not having a full warm-up lap. That's okay.
Green light, go.
Ah!
Car on the left. Air on the left.
What a start that guy made! lever behind is putting pressure.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Ah, too much curb.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Balance feels okay at the moment.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Setting the pit stop up there. Tyre pressures look good. The gap in front is coming down. Very gradually. Tyre pressures look really good. Car balance feels good. Gap behind up to 2.5, gap in front 2.1. Gap behind up to 4 seconds. Very good pace. We're 18 minutes in. Whatever this guy is throwing at me, I can just about match it. Can't close the gap down though. car's starting to slide around a little bit more. Oh, that was wide. Balance is still okay, a little bit understeery, but not bad. Pressures look okay anyway for the stop. Right, so 25 minutes in, pit window open. Presumably that means it's a 10-minute pit window. Traffic's going to be a nightmare here, so you don't want to pit too early. Come out into traffic. I have a little bit of pace at the moment, the gap's down a tenth or so. But I need the deal to tell me if I've got a gap to pit into or not. vehicle in the pit lane now. Hopefully should be out before we're round. He's coming in, I was going to come in. Do the opposite.
Honestly, there's picking now.
Try and do a bit more laps in these tyres anyway, because I'm going down to a worn set. I hope he's come out in traffic. Oh, what was that? Crazy stuttery screen. Ah! Here's traffic, so let's pit this lap to avoid the traffic. with some stint. Right, here we come then, out of the pits for the second stint. Let's see where that puts us in the race. So the late stop, the idea here was obviously that we'd use more of our fresh tyres and go into the worn tyres for the second half and shorten the distance and hope that the guys in front of us come out in traffic. Right, as we go into the next lap, the leader's pitted, so we're back where we started in P2. Bortolotti, it says P3 there, but hopefully we'll update at some point. Bortolotti is just going through the images. First start there, you saw this with the camera. And we're P2, so we're 4.8 back, so we've lost a little bit of time this stops. So yeah, it didn't quite work out, but let's push on and see what we can get out of the race. Settle into the stint here. Still very much bullfighting. We've got one Lamborghini in front and two Lamborghinis chasing us down. Let's see if we can hold on to this to the end, or what kind of pace we have versus Bortolotti. Although he does look like he's starting to pull out a little bit on this lap. Right, as we cross the line onto lap 29, as you can see the gap has just been stretching a little bit in front. We're not quite on the same pace as Bortolotti, but Calderelli, I think he pronounced that, and the Lamborghini behind it is starting to close in a little bit, I think. There's been a change in position for P4 as well. I see the Audi Mais has passed Pereira. So Audi's on a bit of a charge here at the end as well, but yeah, you can see the Lamborghini in the background there. That green Lamborghini, one of the team, three of them. We're up at the front, we've been up at the front all weekend so far. We're kind of spoiling their party a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're here to do. Such a tough section of the circuit, this, the second half of the lap. It's so fast and you've got to be so committed through the corners. The car's just bouncing a lot. It's a very bouncy circuit. This corner especially, will really taking a lot of curve there, but it's so easy for the car to wash out wide there on the exit. If you end up on the grass, it's very difficult not to end up on the wall. Barriers being so close here at Brands Hatch, a very old school type circuit, but it's good. That's the challenge that we like as drivers, obviously. Here we go then, riding on the dashboard as we go into lap 33. Still got 2.8 behind, keeping it steady. But yeah, 7.2 up ahead. It's really kind of settling into a second place finish here. It's just a matter of keeping the pace up, so we don't let the 19 Lamborghini behind get any kind of sniff. It's going to be close. Again, the worn tyres, slightly more worn tyres on the car. We're struggling a little bit here for grip. So far the pace is okay. So far the gap's stabilising at about 2.5 seconds, which is fine. On to lap 36, we're getting to the closing stages now, and as you can see the gap's coming down behind. 1.9 is taking down. Starting to feel the pressure. That green Lamborghini getting ever larger in the rear view mirror, the rear view camera. This car. Lap 38, we're getting there. That Lamborghini's still quite close behind, 1.6, 1.6. Oh, the back end's away, oh! Just about held onto it there. Oof. Any sign of the Lamborghini? No, it's not popped up the inside. Wow, that has halved the gap. Things are going to get very close. The rear end is looking very slidey, those rear tyres really crying enough. Can't we get into the line in P2? This is so tough. And across the line, and here we go into the final, what should be the final lap of the race. It's down to half a second the gap. And there's traffic ahead as well. It's going to make it very interesting in the last lap. Just about looking like we're keeping enough of a gap. 0.7 at least up to now, so it looks like we're just about keeping that. Depends how this traffic goes, of course. He's going very slow here. Oh, he's braking to let. Oh, that's a last minute decision there to let us by, but I think he's ended up slowing down the Lamborghini a little bit more, maybe. Yep. So, oh, and they've rubbed door handles as they go past there. But it's lucky from the two Lamborghinis. No, the traffic wasn't really sure what he was doing there, I don't think. The gap hasn't really increased any, but 48 and we're into the last corner. That should be it now, avoiding any disasters here. Through the last corner, nice and smooth, on the power. The gap stays at 0.8 and across the line, and that is going to be a P2. Fantastic. And that's a podium. Oh, it was getting close at the end there, but the traffic kind of, well, I ended up helping us out a little bit, but yeah, I think we kind of just lost the race at the start, really. Although the 63 Lamborghini just had a bit too much pace for us today. But really happy to come home with a P2. Top job by the team, top job by Gordon there, and by myself in the first stint as well. Obviously, it was something to be proud of. And the lap times were reasonably good as well. If we have a look at the kind of pace, it was our fastest lap at 26.0. So we never quite got into the 25s, but. You know, look at the pace in the first stint there. We're going 265, 264, 4, 5, 7, 3, 6, 8, 5. Where's around a little bit, but you know, reasonably consistent. Here's our fastest: 261, 0, 4, 3, 0, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, 267, 261, 274. This is towards the end when Gordon was out, yeah, so after we came out the pits, obviously. Yeah, but that might have been the traffic, maybe? No, maybe the last lap was traffic. Anyway, oh no, that was the mistake. 27.4, yeah, that was a code brown. Anyway, not too bad. What was the fastest lap of the race, I wonder? Calderelli. Who was it that got the fastest lap? Oh yeah, here we go. 25.5. Oof. Yeah, I don't think we could have lived with that. And again, Bertolotti at the in his second stint there, just as soon as he was in the car, he disappeared off. 25 8s and 9s consistently. So yeah, I couldn't touch that. But no, very happy with P2. Let's head into. Let's cool down and go for the next one, shall we? Try and do a bit better. Starting P3, obviously. So. We'll see how it goes. We had about 8 litres left in the tank at the end of the race, so we could maybe take a bit of fuel out of the car as well next time. Whew. Whew, here we go then. Race number 2. Starting P3 this time. Bortolotti's on pole, so we're fully expecting him to check out. Marcelo, the 88 Mercedes. Now that was who we were fighting with last time out, wasn't it? It's older, so I'm not quite sure we finished in race 1. But yeah, the other Lamborghini's a little bit further down, so that might help us out a little bit. So the aim here is to probably get by up into P2, hopefully make the most of it before the Lamborghinis come through, because they seem to be the quick ones. Well, there was an Audi quite close behind us last time as well, so we might throw an unexpected one here. Well, yeah, let's try our best. 5 PM, track's a little bit cooler, and yeah, hopefully the pressures might still be okay, because it was a little bit on the high side last time, so we'll probably stick with that. Anyway, let's go. Gordon in the car first for the first stint, and then I'll take over to bring it home. Let's go racing. Right, here comes the field then into the last corner, away to start the race. Sitting P3 in the grid here with the the Merc in front, and then the Lamborghini on pole, obviously. Let's do some more bullfighting, hopefully, getting about these Lamborghinis as we wait for the lights. And race 2's go, green flag, and we're off. What can we do into turn 1? Oh, it looks like we've struggled off the line again. The Audi coming around the outside, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Oh, we managed to pull in front though on the way up to do it, and nobody having a look up the inside, so oof. Away in P3 there, after a little bit of a scare off the line. Right, let's see if Gordon can do anything about this Mercedes in front. That is the aim after all. Good run as we head off into the Grand Prix loop. Right on the back end of the Mercedes. That looks like a good run. When we do anything down the straight, that Mercedes has a lot of straight line speed compared to us. No, it doesn't look like we're getting any closer. There's not really a passing place here anyway, it's just all sweeps and curves. No real big braking zones up here. To be breaking away from the pack behind though, which is good. Mercedes has made up a little bit of ground through the fast corners there. Getting reasonable exit out of that one. As we come down into the final corner, Clark, I think the final corner is, isn't it? So we've broken away from the pack behind, which is good. We're just struggling to hang on to the two guys in front. Looks like the Mercedes has good pace at this stage. Again, pre-race, I think we thought we'd try and get by early, but oof. Looks like we're going to struggle to get close, never mind get by. He seems to be hassling the Lamborghini up front, so if we can just stick with them. Not lose too much pace, not lose too much time, sorry. Perhaps something on the cards here. So across the line onto lap 4, I believe, or lap 3, I never remember. The HUD takes a while to update sometimes. And yeah, we are just starting to drop back a little bit from the two leaders. But we have a good 2-second gap behind, so we're about halfway. If you look at the timing screen there, I think it must be lap 3 after all. We're about 2 seconds off the lead battle, but we're about 2 seconds up on P4, so we're kind of in a bit of no man's land at the moment. You know, we're kind of just about hanging on. The car looks to be reasonably well balanced at this stage of the race. Not taking too much curve anywhere, so yep. Going okay, we're not as high as we planned to be, but it's not a disaster, we are pulling away, and again a podium would be a good result here, so let's see. The gap stabilising about 2 seconds in this lap. Looking down from the helicopter as we go into lap 5, and that gap ahead, 2.3 still, so we're within, still keeping it reasonably, oh that's a bit wide, reasonably close to the 2 second mark. There they are in front, and you can see the cars behind there, about 4 seconds back to the lead Audi, so yeah, not too bad. In fact, the Merc, the Mercedes has dropped a second or so back off the back of the 63 Lamborghini, so things starting to just stabilise a little bit at the front. This phase of the race, just trying to get into a rhythm. Not pushing the tyres too hard too soon. Let's just see where things go strategy wise. There's the Mercedes, you can just about see it in the shot ahead. Beautiful place to have a racetrack, this Brands Hatch, isn't it? That's the location. Right, we're getting into the race now, lap 11, so we've skipped ahead a few laps now. We'll wait for the timing board to update, but as you can see the gap behind up to 6 seconds, so that's good. There's the leaders going through, and here comes Gordon. 2.6 again, looks like we've pegged it. It looks like the pace at the moment is comparable with the leaders, has been for the last 10 laps or so that's good. and we're just gradually stretching that gap behind, which gives us a cushion obviously back to the Audis. I think at the moment we're thinking about just consolidating this podium. It would, as I say, still be a good result. But yeah, I don't know if there's much we can do up ahead. The gap yo-yoing around a little bit, you know, between 2.5. Not quite touching 3 seconds, but it seems to be manageable at the moment, which is good. What we might try this race is an early stop. I know the last time we kind of went for the late stop and it didn't really work out, so this time we'll try and get an early stop, see if we can push really hard when we come out the pits on our fresher tyres, although we don't have a new set of tyres left, so they will be slightly worn. But if we can pull up close, taking the gap down to 2.3 this lap, so if we can pull up close once we're in the pit window, try and get an early stop in, and then hopefully come out into some clean air. We can see if we can do something. 2.2 the gap down to now. Here with the leaders. Agonisingly close. Right, here we come then on to lap 16, I believe we're coming into now, and we've got the gap down to 1.6, so that's good. Great work from Gordon here in the closing stages, where we're just about to approach the pit window soon, so this is the kind of time. Let's back up to 2.1 again, so we're yo-yoing a little bit. It is low. The gap behind seems to be coming down slightly as well. The Audi's maybe picking up a little bit of pace at this stage of the race. 5.5 seconds back there. It'll be interesting to see what the top two do in strategy as well. If we pull the trigger early, if they'll react or if they'll stay out for a bit. If I can save the fresher tyres for the end of the race. Again, car looking well balanced. Gordon seems to be well in control. We're hitting in all the right places on the track, which is good. Yeah, perfect through the fast rider there. A little bit wide of the apex there, but nothing too much to worry about. 2.1 second gap. So are we in the pit window yet? I don't believe so. We've not pulled the trigger on this lap. It's not going to be far away now though. Right, indeed, the pit window has just opened on this same lap, lap 17, so I think we're on maybe lap 18, actually the 17 laps completed. So, let's get in, let's get the early stop done, and let's push like hell, and we'll come back out again. Nice entry to the pit lane. Yeah, carry good speed. Navigate the chicane, get it down to the, good aggressive entry to the pit lane there. So, right, let's do this then. Let's get suited up, jump in, and see what we can do in the second half of the race. If we can maybe catch these lead guys, maybe one, maybe, well, I don't know if I'll catch both, but let's try it. Right, going for the early pit stop. This is only going to work if we are very fast on the out lap, on the out few laps. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Mandatory stop is that clear? Come on, let's go.
Car feels good straight away. right on the edge here. This is all I've got.
There's a car exiting pit lane.
Ah, that's 88 in front of us. It didn't work. Oh. Well, I tried my best. You never know, it's not over yet. Class leader is pitting now. If that's a Lamborghini in, he's going to be miles ahead.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 3.
Yeah, we lost time through the pit stops. More practice needed, I think.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
We've got a bigger problem. There's an Audi closing in pretty fast. Doesn't seem to be particularly quick. Certainly, at the moment, 26.7s, 26.9 my last lap was. Just not that fast. Car feels lively enough, but just doesn't seem to have that much grip. Of course, these tyres are pretty old. Not pretty old, but older than they should be. Oh, there's two Audis coming now. This is going to be some fight to hang on to this podium. don't want to speak too soon, we're actually improving and catching P2. Definitely stretching the gap behind and pulling the gap in up ahead. Front right is cold though. That's not good. Still got 17 minutes left. I don't want to be having a cold front right tyre. I am pushing so hard right now. Ah, too much curve. on. We're faster than the leader as well at the moment. "12 minutes to go." Oof. "10 minutes. "10 minutes to go. Let's have a crack at this guy, shall we?" headlights on, show me mean business. That Mercedes has got a lot of power. Yeah, you can't pass it in there. You can't pass it here though.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yes! That's how you do it. Oh, that Audi closed me down again. I didn't even look at my mirrors at all. Minutes left. Mercedes is still holding second. Third, sorry. I've used up a lot of tyres. I think they're pretty slippery. About 3 seconds behind now. That was some stint. What the pace. Well, unlike Zolder, we look like we've got not worried about fuel at all. Should have an extra 2 laps in there.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it what you can.
Yeah, we're going to have an extra 3 laps of fuel. 1 lap to go. Whew. What a push! What a drive! Yes!
Excellent job, man. P2, well managed. Bring it back home safely.
Whew! I like that. I like that. And a gold session medal as well. Fantastic. Oof! Another podium, guys. Love it. So there we are then, race 2 done, and P2 again. Double podium, double P2. Really happy with that weekend at Brands Hatch. Especially how I was really struggling going in the first test runs that I did. I couldn't get into the 26s, so yeah, it would have been tough without spending some time doing some car setup work and really kind of holding the car and getting on top of it and getting comfortable with it. We didn't quite have the pace of the number 63 Lamborghini, but hey, you can't win them all, and as yet, it's better than Zolder, where I binned it a lot in the first race, so yeah, really happy with that. Got to look at some lap times through the race. 26.0 again, so very consistent in our pace. I think 26.0 in the first race as well, weren't we? And yeah, just couldn't quite break into 25s in race trim, but there you go. Oh, so race 1 P2, race 2 P2. I'll take that. Let's move on and see where we're going next. Misano World Circuit Pirelli wet tyres test. Pirelli have asked for a massive wet tyre test in order to improve their future products. Great stuff. So that's where we're heading next. Well, we'll look forward to that. I don't know if the next race will be at Misano after that or not, but we'll see. Look forward to that little test, and then yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed that race. I certainly did. I loved both races. The stints were awesome. Yeah, cool, good action. Thanks folks. If you liked the video, give it a like. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next one in the series. And I'll catch you next time. Keep an eye out for any live streams we may be doing as well. And yeah, we'll see what we can do in the Honda next time out. Cheers, and see you later.